Welcome back. Today's book is very creative, and the illustrations are very different from what we expect to see in a picture book. Rather than drawing or painting pictures, this author makes little models of the people, animals, furniture, nature, everything in her books, and then photographs them in various settings. So she is both the author and illustrator of this book. Let's read. Magic Candies, written by Hina Beck, translated by Sophie Bowman. Hina is a well-known children's picture book author in South Korea. She has published 30 picture books that are popular throughout Asia. Hina studied educational technology at Ewha Women's University in Korea and then animation at the California Institute of the Arts. She says that the filmmaking process she learned at school taught her how to tell a story in a visual way. But the real reason she became a children's book maker was her desire to escape into another world. Sophie, who translated Hina's text into English, was born and raised in London. She studied social anthropology and Korean studies at the SOAS University of London, and then moved to Seoul and completed an MA in Korean literature at Ewha Women's University. She is now a PhD student at the University of Toronto, researching post-war Korean fiction by women authors. Her profile on X, formerly Twitter, says, "I'm a student and a tired mom." I play on my own. It's not all that bad playing alone. The other kids don't realize how much fun playing with marbles is. They always only play with one another, never with me. So I decided I'll just play by myself. I need some new marbles. Oh, I've never seen marbles like these before. "Those are hard candies. They're very sweet," said the shopkeeper. Oh, that makes sense. They are all different colors and shapes and sizes. Which one should I try first? This pattern looks very familiar. Wow, it's so minty, I can feel cold air coming out of my ears. All of a sudden, I heard a strange sound coming from the living room. Tong! Tong Tong! Tong Tong! Hey Tong Tong! Over here! Here! Gulp! I swallowed, and after that, I could hear it even more clearly. "Hey, Tong Tong, it's me, Sofa, your house sofa. The remote, it's stuck in my side. It hurts. Ouch, ow, ow." It's the sofa? The sofa talking? That's where the remote control is? We have been looking all over for it since last Sunday. Dad even got angry at me, saying I didn't put it back in its place. I worked up all my courage and went over to the sofa. "That's it. That's it. Now there's just one more thing I have to say. I need you to tell your dad. Tell him, please. Don't sit here. Don't sit here." Gulp. When the candy in my mouth had all melted away, the voice was gone too. This candy is really strange. I wonder. Listen, Tong Tong. I knew it. There's something you've been misunderstanding for a while now. What's that? It's not that I don't like you. Then why do you keep running off? Yawn. Oh, now I get it. It's because playing with me is boring, isn't it? You're misunderstanding again. The thing with dogs is we yawn when we're nervous. Really? And why are you always avoiding me? It's not because I don't like you. It's because I'm so old. I just want to lie down all the time. Oh, I see. I'm sorry for dragging you around everywhere. So I was wondering, would you mind taking off this collar for me? Sure, why not? I've lived with marbles for 8 years, but today was the first time we ever got to have a conversation. We played together all afternoon. Tong Tong, I'm home. It's Dad. And as you can see, there's an entire page of things Tong Tong's dad says. Let's not read them all, just a few. Did you do your homework? Clean up all your toys. You call this clean? Clean it up quickly and do your homework. Did you walk marbles? Did you find your bike key? Did you write your name on it? Sit up straight. Don't spill your food. Did you write down all school announcements word for word and bring them home? Did you pack your school bag? Don't talk with your mouth full. Did you floss? Put your dirty laundry in the basket. It's 9 o'clock. Quick, off to bed. Ugh, I'm so sick of being bossed around. This is revenge. I decided to eat one of the candies in bed. I chose one as prickly as my bad mood. Again, I started hearing something. I love you. 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 Me too. I've only got a few candies left. There isn't that much that's pink in my life. I wonder whose voice I'll hear this time. Oh, it's soft. And there's gum inside. It's bubble gum. I blew a bubble, and it flew straight out the window. A while later, it came floating back and popped right next to my ear. Hello, my precious Tong Tong. Are you well? It's Grandma's voice. Can you really hear me, Grandma? I blew a big bubble and sent it off. The bubble came back. Pop! Oh, yes, I can hear you perfectly. Don't worry about me. I'm having so much fun here. I've been reunited with all my friends. We run around playing just like we did in the old days. I hope you're playing with your friends too, Tong Tong. Run around and play as much as you can. I rolled the bubble gum into a neat ball and stuck it under the kitchen table. Now I can talk to Grandma anytime I want. With this candy, the sound came from outside. Bye, 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 bye. Bye bye, 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 bye bye. The very last candy, the see-through one, was totally quiet, no matter how much I sucked on it. And so I decided I might as well speak first. Do you want to play with me? The end. You may be interested to know that Hina's nickname when she was little was Pippi, because she adored the books written by Astrid Lindgren about Pippi Longstocking, and because Hina herself had freckles. She has quite an imagination, doesn't she? Did you notice that each magic candy looked like the person or thing that it was about to speak? And at the end of the book, the final candy was transparent. Why was it see-through? Well, I read that one kid who read this book said, "Oh, because Tong Tong can now talk for himself." I was rather impressed by that idea. I agree, this story isn't simply about cool candies that make things talk. In a way, it is about realizing that we can speak out loud about how we feel and what we want. But sometimes it's hard. It was hard for Tong Tong, wasn't it? Well, what is the time that you and I can always do that, though? Yes, when we pray. We can talk to God. We can tell Him anything and everything, because we are His special, beloved children, and He's always there to listen to us. So, come back next week. Let's read another story together.